Hi everyone, my name is Lindsay. I'm here today to show you my 3 favorite yoga kriyas or exercises that help me communicate with the subtle realms of nature, with fairies and devas and elementals and gnomes and all those beings that live around us, but we're not normally aware of. So I've been practicing yoga since 1986, working consciously with nature since the mid-90s. And yeah, I've just found these 3 things really elevate my vibration and create a useful, helpful interface for me to connect with nature. So we start just by sitting, find a comfortable seat, closing your eyes. I generally work with the eyes closed. It just helps me tune within. So first we align with gravity, that force that we are pulled by. It helps us connect to the planet. So you're going to feel the weight through your sit bones, through your pelvis, just that grounding influence, connecting you to the planet. So we know from physics, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So the more you align with gravity, releasing down, the more you can then tune into levity, that force that helps you lengthen up towards the sun. Levity is what pulls plants to grow upwards. So we lengthen our spine. You might want to imagine a string coming out of the top of your head, pulling you up. Feel there's a little bit of space between each vertebrae in your spinal column. And just take a couple deep breaths here. Just establishing this vertical axis. And also kind of tuning in for a baseline. See how we feel before we even start moving. Okay, then we are ready to move. So the first thing we're going to do is going to kind of massage and wake up the spine. So our spine has these natural curves. The upper back tends to want to round, especially if we sit at a computer a lot. The lower back has a tendency to drop forward. And this can, if you have low back pain, that's probably what's going on. So what we're going to do is we're going to reverse those natural curves. So as we inhale, we're going to try to arch the upper back and take your chest forward. As you exhale, you're pulling your belly in and you're rounding. The focus is on the lower back. The upper back will go with it, but your focus is on the lower back. So you inhale, arch the upper back, exhale, round the lower back. And you just keep going back and forth. Inhale, exhale, and again, eyes are closed. Find your own rhythm. And the chin is level. This isn't about the neck. The neck can move easily on its own, so it doesn't need that much exercise. So this is really just about the spine through the torso. So we inhale forward, exhale back, and just keep going. I'm going to set a timer. We like to do this for about 2 minutes. It just gives enough time to warm up. And so often when I begin, I might sort of feel into my maximum stretch, but then as I warm up, I just go with the movement, go with the flow. So it's really about the contrast, the squeeze and release. So the spine is the main communication highway of the body. It connects the brain down to the heart and the belly. So we're really waking up and clearing out this communication channel. Just keep it going. You probably got about 30 seconds left. So this last bit, you may want to play with speeding it up a little bit. So it might be like inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. It almost gets to be like a rocking motion. It can be very soothing, kind of like how parents will rock a baby to soothe it and calm it. Okay. And then to finish, we take a deep inhalation, lengthen straight up. Imagine again that string coming out of the top of your head. And then exhale, but keep the length. Keep the eyes closed, just feel within. Perhaps you already feel this increased sensation, a sense of vitality, of circulation. Okay, then our next exercise, we're going to warm up the fluid body. So let me reset my timer. So here our focus is on the lower torso. The belly center is our fluid center. So as you inhale, you're taking it forward. And as you exhale, you're going around to one side and back. And then inhale, come forward again. So you're drawing circles parallel to the floor, kind of with your midsection. So this is where our circle is. Like that. Again, closing the eyes so you can feel within. So our bodies, even as we age, are about 70% water. When we're young, they're about 90%. We tend to stiffen a little bit as we get older. But the circular motion, the fluid body loves circles. Water loves to move in circles and rounded shapes. It does not like straight lines. So we are just doing what the fluid body likes and helps revitalize it. I'll just go one more in this direction. And then the next time your belly button is forward, we're going to reverse the direction. So again, to exhale back, inhale forward. I'm trying to make sure your circles are really circular, that there are no flat parts. And the other thing we're doing here is we're warming up the hip sockets. So these are the largest joint in the body. They are lubricated with synovial fluid. And that synovial fluid sometimes tends to crystallize as we get older. So this circular motion can also kind of melt that synovial fluid and remind it to be fluid. Okay, just a couple more. And then coming back to center, take a nice deep inhalation, lengthen up. And then exhale, but keep the length. Eyes are closed, just feel within. So you can start to tune into all of the fluids of your body, that sense of the blood moving through your veins. The whole digestive system has just been massaged. Okay, and now we're going to do our final exercise, and this is breath of fire. So breath of fire is kind of a faster pumping breath. The focus is on the exhalation. People often find it by starting with panting like a dog, with like you stick your tongue out. But then you do it with your mouth closed and you go through your nose. And the important thing is as you exhale, you're pulling your belly in against the spine, making that pumping motion. So this really wakes up the belly center. It also really oxygenates your blood so you can feel really vital and energized. So optional, you can just do it with your arms in your lap, or for the full effect, you take your hand, you fold your fingers in, stick your thumbs out, take your arms out, they're about 60 degrees. You want to imagine your thumbs meeting in an arc over your head. And you know in those old paintings where they had people with halos, what you're doing is you're energizing your halo, feeling this energy line between our thumbs. So to do breath of fire, then we start with a deep inhalation, a long, slow exhalation, and then just inhale halfway to begin. And again, pumping the belly, pull the belly in on each exhalation. Let it rebound on the inhalation. Eyes are closed. And if you find yourself running out of breath at all at any time, just stop and take a full inhalation and start again. This exercise strengthens your diaphragm, so you may find it a little challenging to begin with, but with practice, it becomes easier and easier. Those arms reaching out, shoulders relaxed though, just the arms extending. Really letting that belly pump. In just another 20 seconds. Keep it going as best you can, reaching through those arms, extend the thumbs. Okay, then to finish, we take a deep inhalation. Extend your arms over your head, let your thumbs touch, extend your fingers. Reach, reach, reach. Then keep the arms there and exhale. Inhale one more time and hold. Just really reaching, lifting, and then exhale, release. Again, just sit, eyes closed, feel within. So that exercise is also really good for energizing the electromagnetic field that it's also called your aura, the space around you. So you may start to feel that connection, that tingling. And the aura is really important for nature communication because that can be your shield, it can be a barrier, but can also be a source of energy if your electromagnetic field has basically is fully energized and awake. The nature spirits can use that energy to send the messages to you. So really good to have this nice, strong, energized electromagnetic field. All right, so those are my 3 favorite things. You don't have to do it in that order. In fact, I prefer to mix things up because again, my formula is movement creates sensation, sensation creates awareness. So I find if you do the movement in different orders, you create different sensations, which brings more awareness. So feel free to experiment. And I'm going to be teaching this and much more in a series. It's a 5-week series, October 2024. We're going to go through the various systems. We'll be doing 1 week, we'll be addressing the fluid system, getting everything fluid and moving, since water is the great connector. If we awaken our inner waters, it creates a bridge for us to connect to the water of the world. The next week, we'll be talking about the nervous system because you need to have a strong nervous system to connect to these different vibrations, different beings of different vibrations. So we'll energize or strengthen our nervous system. The third week, we'll be working on our electromagnetic field. Again, creating that positive interface with the subtle beings around us. And then the next week, we're talking about the channel, the central channel of your spine and the heart center. So the heart is where your electromagnetic field is the strongest. You send and receive mainly through your heart, but then these messages have to go to your belly and your brain. You have an intuitive response, a gut response, and also sometimes you need to translate. It comes in as feelings. It's like, okay, what are the words that go with it? What does this mean? And then the last week, we'll be expanding into joy. because joy is the natural state of nature spirits. And so the more we can feel into our natural joy, the easier it is to connect. So you can learn more at GaianFairyCongress.com. I'll put the link in the description. Thanks so much.